Alright everyone, Occult Literature video number 116, The Only True Way. Link is always in the description to my edition of this work on Amazon, and a second link to my books blog. This work is under an anonymous author, middle of the 17th century. Translated into English by Arthur Waite in the 1800s, and it's actually, despite its length, it's only 24 pages, so it's the bare minimum sort of size that you can even release with CreateSpace. Despite that fact, though, it actually clears up quite a bit within alchemy. If you're interested in clarifying the process, learning specifically what the heck is being referred to with all of these weird and obscure terms within alchemy, what would be a good warning for people about to embark upon the great work, it would actually be invaluable within alchemy. For its page length, it's actually perfect. That being said, of course, unless you're specifically interested in alchemy, you may not be so much interested in this because, again, it's a fairly short read. And the claim is made in this work, and this is alluded to but not generally made in such a literal manner in a few other works over time. The claim is made that most alchemists of the era are actually sophists. They're just materialistic. They're actually attempting to harm others by getting them to purchase like gold talismans and stuff like that aren't even necessary for the great work. And it goes through some length of trying to explain specifically what these terms mean, like the black raven, the green lion, stuff like that. There's even a little bit of confusion about a few of these terms now. In the modern era, no less, with full access to all of these works translated and retranslated throughout centuries of time, there are still terms that are a little bit on the ambiguous side. I know the ever-burning lights of Trithemius, it's not even exactly clear what chemical process is being used in those. And yet the basic concept is used today in the form of those little things you can stick on your ceiling and they glow because they take in sunlight. Some sort of similar chemical process, I'm assuming. It's a revelation that they managed to work it out back then. But this work is of anonymous manufacture, so it could be any of the major alchemists. Could have been a minor alchemist, or it could have been someone who was just releasing a philosophical tract against alchemy. It seems to be mostly negative against the basic concept, beyond saying, yes, alchemy does work, but 99% of these other works are full of crap. They're not going to help you. Buying a bunch of gold and trying to powder it and distill it, and it's not going to do anything. You're just going to go broke in the process. And even labels that there are sort of different strategies used by the charlatans at the time for the richer or poorer alchemists. The poor, they would put all their money into materials of lesser value, like all the roots and leaves and stuff that they were trying to make into poultices and elixirs. And so they would spend a great deal. The end result wasn't itself great, and they would get screwed in the process. The rich, meanwhile, were buying enormous sums of silver and gold and tin and all these things and trying to melt them down and make them into some special rock that would transmute things, or to make them into a universal medicine, elixir that would cure any ailment, keep you young. You could inject it into a wound, you'd be just fine. You'd do anything with it. And that's basically what's being alluded to in this text. So while short, again, link in the description if you do intend to purchase it. If you're interested in alchemy specifically, it's a very good work. If you're more into like the folklore, cryptid, grimoire side, probably not the work for you in all honesty. That's about all. Peace out.